Cool. Okay.
Lasso again?
Okay, it's no longer blind. So we can use another. Yeah, we can use a flash grenade. Boom. This is how you do it. You just stun lock things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, our shields are completely. Oh, we lost a little bit of health. Stand up. Oh, we have a trip. Yeah,
it tripped us, motherfucker.
Okay, we should be able to finish it like this.
Yeah, this is probably the last one.
There we go. The attack connects. Victory. Varmint bagged.
And I think we can only get one varmint at a time, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
That's a hefty amount of XP. All right.
Yeah. Well,
like,
I think that's an error because, or is it? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Well, we'll take it either way. So what's our?
Yeah. So let's go turn in our varmint.
Save load character perks. Yeah, I don't know how much there is. Oh no, it shows a progress bar. I think it'll tell us when we need. Okay, so yeah, let's turn in the varmint.
Our shields came all the way back right quick. That's not.
They do come back quickly. So like I said, I think we're just gonna run from this guy because I don't think we can have two varmints.
Or you could try shooting it and just see what happens. The shooting. We've got shields, so we can burn a turn.
Remember that you've been disarmed and it still gets a hit on you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Should we fight this thing or run?
Fuck it, run.
What is this? Physique and reflex. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we get away.
Yeah, I remember because we maxed out our reflexes and aim as much as we could because those were like the run away and shoot things, and they're a little more, what do you call it? Useful. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot that word.
Okay, so he hands you a 5 credit chit. It's like for a creature that tried to rip out your throat, a 5 seems a little cheap. Still, but it's a beer or a sandwich somewhere. Mostly the reward is the silicon you pick up and the XP you get from fighting him, but the money sucks.
Yeah. You know, with that silicone, we could craft ourselves a penis.
That's probably a thing. You joke, but that's probably a thing.
I
Yeah.
love how in the future the currency is always credits.
Yeah.
We just assume we're going to go with credits for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Well, because it's.
I've been trying to get into Star Trek. Like I've never been a Trekkie.
But I've tried that a few times.
What's that?
I've tried that a few times. It never took.
I'm trying to like become really like dive into like the Star Trek lore because I mean it's just something I want to do. It's such a major cultural phenomenon. I've never really been into it, but I wear glasses and I was just really self-conscious about like buying a book. It's like Visual Guide to Star Trek in a bookstore. I felt like I had a sandwich board that said Virgin on it.
Did you get
It's like, we still live in a very prejudiced world, right? You wear glasses that are corrective, and you buy a book in a bookstore. It's like, nobody wants to talk to you ever. They think they've got.
Did you get the classic nerd frames for your glasses?
At least they're not like problem glasses. Like you can tell their prescription and not just.
Like how shitty is your vision? Could you have walked in the bookstore?
Blind as a bat without.
All right, well here's what you do in that case. So like, okay, so here's your two options: go into the bookstore with your glasses and experience what you're talking about, or option B, go like get to the entrance, put the glasses in your pocket, then start winging it. So if there's some attractive woman in there. She's all that's going to have is she's going to be, oh, you poor thing. And it's like, my vision's bad. I'm blind. And usually I have this cane, but I lost it. And, oh, you poor thing. What do you need? Well, I'm here looking for a Star Trek book. Oh, well, right this way, sweetheart. And then you get like the fucking, the sympathy card. You can go that route.
Oh, I was figuring blindly grope at the shelves. You might come back with like Kama Sutra. You might come back with a Star Trek book. You might come back with like somebody's biography. You get something interesting,
Just an option. Play the fucking. That's a kind of a really piece of shit move, but somehow it might have been better than someone considering you to be a nerd in the bookstore.
Yeah. Well, the reason I thought of that is you're talking about how they always call it credits or creds, and it's just it's funny when science fiction makes these guesses, and especially with like a lot of groupthink or whatever. I looked at this timeline of the history of the Star Trek universe, and by 2016, a war called the Eugenics War has already been fought. So of course I'm having a classic, smart ass nerd moment. I was like, oh yeah, those are some deadly wars. Oh, I barely remember they happened, And so I was just doing that, looking around at like all the stuff they got wrong and all the stuff that should have happened by now, like by 2016. I mean, we're only like a couple. It's almost eerie though that we're just a couple decades away from where World War III and a complete nuclear annihilation is placed on that timeline.
Yeah, the alt-right kind of is primed to advocate for eugenics eventually. Like the logic they use, it inevitably leads to eugenics.
That who uses the
alt-right?
Oh yeah.
It's like they're like the newest thing on the internet, like the newest political group, but it's mainly internet based.
Yeah.
What in the hell is the alt-right? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh, they're precious.
Well, I knew
they're
that's
precious.
what it meant, but like, I don't know what's their political deal?
Their whole thing is that genetically races are different and should not be mixed.
Oh, fun. Great. Okay. They could have done better with their name. Jesus. Like, alt-right just sounds like I'm a little more right-wing.
The alt-right flirts with all kinds of fascist imagery and messages, and it's like they themselves can't figure out whether they're being sarcastic or serious. Seriously.
Really?
Oh,
okay.
They legitimately believe that black people are genetically dumber than white people.
All right.
Like I actually debated one of them like on his channel. I debated a guy on somebody else's channel about like the whole like IQ is genetic and black people are just genetically inferior to white people as far as intelligence goes.
And you know what I always ask, because I've heard those kinds of arguments before, and I always ask people, I go, all right, let's say you're right. Let's just fucking say you're right. What do you want to do with this information?
Oh, like, they want to get the black people out of our country. Or their country, or just whatever country.
And that's what confuses me, is just start there. Just say that. Like, why are you going through all this bullshit about you got to prove people are genetically? Just be like, listen, I don't really like darker people. Can we just get them out of here? Like, either way, nobody's gonna take you seriously. So just cut to the fucking chase, man. Like, why are you doing all these fucking, why are you using that tactic as if you're gonna trick more people?
The thing is, it's a stupid tactic that the alt alt-right is a wider umbrella than that. Just for disclosure purposes, there's some people.
Oh yeah, no, there's
a lot of different people. There's some people who are alt-right who aren't just about the racism, right? It's common but not universal. But the thing is, like with the so-called race realists, which constitute the portion of the alt-right that Stabby's talking about, the dumb thing is they're like, well, we envision a society where, let's say only people of an IQ of 110 and more are allowed, and everyone else is just fucking gassed, right? Now the thing is, I could live with that system, but it is going to still be an ethnically diverse system, right? Because you're going to be taking the top contenders from each racial group.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Now okay, fine. Whether you make a nature or nurture argument for IQ or any other thing, some groups are always going to get worse when the eventual gassing happens, but it's still going to be a diverse society.
Yeah.
Here's a crazy idea, and here's the one thing I can't figure out is, where's the group of people, like, aside from antinatalists? All right, I'm like the minarchist version of an antinatalist. Can't we just do less of that? Like, I'm not advocating that we don't have children ever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can't we do much less of it? And where are the people advocating this? How come we're not fucking heirs? How come we're just not spraying birth control on everyone?
Yeah.
Like, enough, dude. Like, there was just today, there's a cops was on at my friend's house, and this dude's like getting arrested for like fucking some kind of breaking and entering shit. He's like, oh, I got 7 kids. Wonderful. Isn't that great? Fuck. Like, you didn't even stop at 4? Like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody, dude?
Well, I mean, I had a friend of mine, his aunt had like 12 kids because of welfare.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, specifically to like get welfare. Like,
Jesus.
That kind of shit doesn't help. Huh?
Isn't there some kind of cap, like, welfare-wise?
No, I don't think there is. Or there wasn't at that point in time. I don't know if there is now. There should be a limit to how long you can get welfare.
Yeah, or how long or how much even, dude. Here's a.
Oh, this is somebody I knew in like 2001, 2002. So I don't know if it's still.
Now I'm a Now I concede I'm a dick. So here's what I say. All right, your kids. You can't feed your kids. Fuck it, they're gonna starve.
Yeah.
Sorry. Fuck you.
Or don't let them keep the kids. They're an unfit parent.
Yeah, but even then, even if you go down that fucking road, we're all footing the bill anyway. Like, I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah, but at least they don't grow up to be assholes. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know, foster kids, foster sisters, they usually grow up to be shitheads. Look, anybody who has parents that are unfit, doesn't matter where they end up, unless they're adopted by some well-rounded, wealthy family, they usually end up pieces of shit. And they have a little bit of that, like, I was adopted fucking psychology tumbling around in their brain, you know, which doesn't help. Some people resent that sort, or they have issues about it. I can't relate. Like, if it were me, I've always said, like, okay, if I was adopted and my parents were like, you know, they gave me away when I was an infant, who gives a shit? Fuck them. Why would I want to meet them or no? It doesn't matter. But, you know, people, I'm different. People get hung up on that. They want to know who their parents are. Okay, whatever. But anyway, like, enough of this shit. Like, no, I don't want children to starve. Okay, but I would rather the people churning them out have that thought before I have to. Okay, like, why am I thinking you're broke as fuck? You make $12,000 a year. What are you doing on kid number 3? Like, at some point, you're just a piece of shit because you're intentionally having kids you can't feed. You asshole. Fuck you.
They're playing the genetic lottery. They're banking on popping out like a pro sports player or Hollywood like a businessman.
Who's paying the bills now? Hollywood kid.
They'd probably be happy if they just get like one porn star, you know, just somebody who can throw a little cash back at them later on.
More money in your pocket, more drugs in your veins. Yeah, but what you were talking about, Sarah Han, reminds me of this thing from the Mass Effect universe where there's this alien species that's running rampant and they're really violent. So these other scientists from another alien race, they create something called the genophage, which just spreads. It's like this dormant virus or like a retrovirus, right? Spreads throughout the whole species, and it just drastically lowers their birth rate to the point where eventually they're expected to go extinct, but very slowly, right? So they end up like reforming their society so that children are raised collectively, because otherwise the parents will fight too much because there's too much insane jealousy. Right. Because their birth rate is just so low that they just consider it unfair to have it, you know, this is your kid, your child. So now they're raised, then they were raised collectively, and their species is basically slowly dying out because they just cannot keep up the birth rate. But they're still as violent, so they still pick as many fights and take as many casualties, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I think something like that is in order if it could be carefully balanced.
Yeah, and I mean, just fucking, like, I don't know. We got to start not incentivizing people to have children. Like,
I like that this is somehow, like, basically turned into, like, almost eugenics.
Dude, eugenics are awesome. I don't care.
No, I'm not arguing against you guys. I just think that's hilarious. It's like on that cusp.
Nah, I don't know. Is it, like, is what I'm saying, like, just don't have as many fucking kids? It's not really the same thing.
Well, he's talking about spraying birth control and stuff.
Right. That's not really the same. Eugenics is more focused on, like, the quality of the people being born.
Oh, yeah. Fair point.
Yeah, like,
what's great about it.
Yeah, I'm not commenting on it. I'm just saying less people is good. I don't give a fuck how you slice it. Less people is good.
Yeah.
Even if it's less. Look, less people means less dumb people. Most people are dumb as fuck. It means less dumb people. Very few people are highly intelligent, productive people. Like, if you had to break it down into a percentage. I'm not advocating we start engineering people to churn out. I mean, it would be nice if that were fucking possible. I think we'll get there one day, but it ain't really realistic. Most people
well, we do it with racehorses.
Right. I mean, like I said, it's possible, perhaps, at a certain level. But what I'm saying is just a little less people. That's all. That's all I want. Just less of you motherfuckers. You know, I had one kid. That's it. It's all I'll ever have. It's enough. You know, and that's it. I mean, how come other people aren't doing this fucking math?
Yeah, I have
by the
0,
way-
and I plan to keep it that way.
Yeah, fancy. You need like a fucking bonus. like at the end of the year, you get like an extra fucking $500
Little tax credit.
tax return. Right. Thanks for not contributing to the fucking problem. Sorry, but yeah, another mouth to feed is a goddamn problem. Especially when it's churned out of some dumbass that can't afford to take care of the kid. But they're poor and uneducated. Right. Are they at all self-aware? Because if you're fucking poor and uneducated, you usually know that.
Well, it's technology has increased at such an incredible rate, but genetically, we're still not that different from most other like primates. You know, there's that genetic urge to just fuck and make more.
Well, fucking yeah. I'm not saying we stop fucking. We do plenty of that, but little birth control. It ain't hard to fucking operate a condom. It's not too goddamn.
Oh yeah, but there's so many
Or
people
even
with all the
buy-
religious stuff that they don't even get taught it. You know.
Okay, so yeah, well, you're right. We got to spray them. They're not going to listen to reason. You know, fuck it.
And,
spray.
Mommy
You
and
know-
daddy are telling them condoms are the devil, and they're like, "But I'm still gonna fuck my boyfriend."
Yeah,
It's like-
that's the thing. It's like you don't know they're just gonna fuck anyway. Stop with that.
Yeah.
I heard Steven Crowder say that the other day on his radio show. Condoms
oh
are for
god,
losers.
that guy
He
is.
said condoms are for losers. And
That guy is about 50% accurate. Like half the time he has a good idea what he's talking about. The other half the time you're like,
right,
did
right,
he get
yeah.
dropped on his head? Like, because I don't know.
And I know that's coming from his religious side, right? Like when he said, but he doesn't understand that when you say that, you're not helping anything. You're not
Yeah.
keeping the dude. You're not keeping the teenager from banging his girlfriend. You understand that that kid is going to bang his girlfriend with or without the condom, right? You understand that? And then he's going to churn out a fucking kid, and you're going to whine about paying for it. Fuck off, dude. Get your shit together. Like what? Okay, anyway, I'm done tirading long enough here. This happens with me. Like it's just a snowball effect.
Yeah, I can just
Like,
imagine
I've watched
that
the
like, we were
videos.
standing near that guy with the varmint, and I can just imagine Cameron, the cowboy guy. He's like, he keeps trying to slink away. Like, okay, I got to get back to work catching these here varmints. Y'all have luck with your gassing and your whatnot.
Yeah, with your Eugenics or whatever the fuck you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Or the character's just standing there slack-jawed, drool pouring out, you know, milk slowly seeping out of its nipples.
sleeping with his eyes open. Jesus Christ.
Let's go east and see what's over there.
He's like, I'm not really sure I follow everything you
I think
said,
it's-
but if there's gonna be less colored folk around here, then you can sign me up right now.
This is New Texas. Good point.
You got like y'all got like a petition on like a website. Like, I've got-
You're giving him a little too much credit there, dude.
Oh, he'd be telling us which website to go look at. You kidding me? He'd be like, well, if you're really into that, we got this meeting out in the woods. Here's the website, because it's, space.
I'd love to see like a fucking KKK website. That shit would be fun, dude. It'd be like one of those old Angel Fire homepages. That shit would be hilarious, dude.
Well, didn't they try to get diverse?
Really? I don't know.
I think so. Like there was a thing about it in the news. It might have been fake though, but where they were trying to like look at like getting Asian people in and stuff like that.
That's amazing. I hope it's true. Shit.
Grand Wizard of the KKK pulls up. He's like super dark black. Like,
Right.
wait, what?
Well,
Well, it's kinda
I think that
Asian
the fact that you can be a grand dragon would appeal to certain people of a Chinese heritage. It's part of their lore as well. It's just it would be a different kind of dragon, like
All the Grand
those-
Dragons
those-
are Asian
those
dudes. All the
colorful
Grand
bearded
Wizards
dragons.
are like that.
Oh man.
Or yeah, he's like, yeah, well, we got the grand dragon coming in, and it's like 10 guys underneath those little what is it, Chinese New Year dragons, and they're running up there. Like, that's a nice variation with the.
I did subscribe like a long time ago. David Duke had a YouTube channel, and I subscribed to it before like anybody had found it. So like you remember back in the day on YouTube, your subscribers were displayed on the main page on your channel. It was just me. So like, and Coughlin got a screenshot of me being David Duke's only subscriber, and then he used it as his channel background for the longest fucking time.
That's awesome.
Me being fucking David Duke's only sub. And I left him a comment, something about being a Grand Wizard, and he blocked me.
Blocked his only subscriber.
Yeah, he blocked his only sub. I think by that time he was something north of 30. So yeah, he was getting pretty popular there. Building some steam.
He's like, I got enough subs, I don't need you anymore.